friends, and welcome back to the second day at the Tour de France after yesterday's been super... Oh, it's getting sunny right now. After yesterday been a super long and intense day where we watched the finish on a mountain stage. I'm gonna link the video up here. Today is time to go and just see the start of the next stage. So we just made it to a French town called Belfort, and the entire town is completely packed with bike, cars and police. We're right now heading to the start and the area where all the riders are preparing. So that's what we're gonna check out today. We're definitely not the only ones who wanted to come and look at the start. It's my heart, so I hold you accountable, so grow up. So right now we're in a spot called the Departure Village, and this is where everyone is gathering right before the start, and we're standing directly in front of the stage where all the riders are being presented before every single stage.
Excuses when I simply don't care. Why don't you just move on? We ain't going nowhere. I got enough to do.
And they all need to go on the stage and sign themselves in. That's what always happens before a cycling race.
Enough to do. Then sit around away for you to grow up. Yeah, and be responsible.
Parrainé par la marque grise, vainqueur de Paris-Nice, vainqueur du Tour de Suisse.
So now we're leaving from the starting village and we are actually gonna go where the riders are preparing for getting started on today's stage. So let's head there, and I think we might even be able to get into a team bus. That would be super cool.
So many questions that I wanna ask.
Now it's gonna be getting really interesting because we're right here where all the riders are just getting out of their buses, preparing their bikes, and right over there is the start line. Maybe we get to see and speak to a couple of them.
What's your excuse to make me cry?
So for anyone who's into cycling, this right now is pretty much like porn. Because if there's one thing as a cyclist that you're always excited about, new gear, cool stuff, new bikes, new wheels, and of course the pros have the best of the best of the best that they can get. Each of these bikes probably worth like 6, 7, 8,000 euros.
Don't go, just leave, no stay with me, I'm in.
I'd take that one, definitely.
I got mixed emotions, can't make my mind up. Just leave, no stay with me, I'm in.
By far there seems to be the most action at the tour bus from Bora Hansgrohe, and that's most likely because they are all waiting for Peter Sagan. As you can probably hear. Right the moment that he left, the crowd is loosening up from there. But that was pretty crazy to see. He's like you could call him the rock star of cycling. If you have no idea about cycling, here's a quick explanation of what's going to happen now. Right now, all the riders are going down there. Where's the start line of today's stage? Still at this moment, there are about 170 riders in the race. I think today is stage number 6 or number 7. And right behind those riders, all the team cars and the commissaire cars are lining up that will be following the race. And that's what's happening right here. And then for the first like 5 to 10 kilometers, the race is neutralized, so they're just gonna roll through the city so that they get out of town. And then it's actually when the commissaires are gonna wave the white flag, and then it's when they start racing for the day. And that's what's gonna start in about, I think, 15 minutes. So let's check and see if we get to see a couple of more riders and then head to the start line. Now we also got the question answered how much the bikes actually cost. It's not 6,000 euros, it's not 8,000 euros. Actually, each one of those costs 10,000 euros. Actually, now something special happening for us today. Now that all the riders are gone, we're allowed to go into the tour bus of Tissot. All the way in the back here, they have some sort of a small lounge area. And so basically for the 3 weeks that the riders are on the Tour de France, this is basically their main home, because the hotels are changing every single day, but the bus stays the same every single day, so each one of them has their dedicated space. Now everything's getting a little bit more nervous. It's about 10 minutes before the start. Helicopter is starting to circle around the city, and I think as the final and last thing for today, we're heading to the start line.
A much flatter stage on the menu for day 7 after yesterday's gruelling slog at La Planche de Bellefille, but it's still a long old day in the saddle. At 230 kilometres, this outing between Belfort and Chalon-sur-Saône was the longest of this year's race.
So, and that's all the action for today. The riders have just departed from this town here, but it was way too crowded to get to the start line, so now we're just heading back to the car. And then it's time to go back home and then go in front of the TV and actually watch that stage. I think today they have about 6 hours in the bike, so enough time to get home and get in front of the TV. And that's now also time to say goodbye to everyone. We have 3 different buses in which people are now going either to the airport or to the train station. So once again, massive thanks to Tissot for organizing all of that. For me as a cycling nerd, this was super exciting. And hope it wasn't the last time.
Don't go, just leave, no stay.
And so now a couple hours later, back home in Germany and back to the normal program, sitting on the couch, watching Tour de France on the television. So, hope you enjoyed this little behind the scenes look on the Tour de France. If you did so, I would be excited if you leave a like down below. If you haven't subscribed, do that too. And I will see you in the next video.